Good morning. We would like to welcome you. This is our video presenting our next group mentoring session starting the 15th of September this year. Why do you need a mentor? Especially us, Mentors teach high moral principles to help humanity evolve and vibrate together. And mentors help people achieve their goals and dreams. We help people to face their challenges during these challenging times, and we help the mentees, or all of you who join us, to not make the same mistakes that we made. Now, one of the things about me and Vicki is we have studied under masters and mystics, and we know information that works, and so we teach you what works to bring happiness, abundance, and more love into your world.
Yes, so those of you who joined us for the ABCs of Personal Transformation for our spring of 2020, we had a great experience. We had some really fun feedback, some incredible personal development and growth. And the thing I think we heard more than anything else is when the world around us has been so chaotic and unknown, the people who were able to join us really felt a sense of grounded, balanced, emotional peace so that they could help go through this experience without a lot of discord in their body. And we're ready to go it again. So we did the first 12 weeks in the spring, and now we're ready to move forward to our second 12 weeks of ABCs of Personal Transformation. Now we're going to begin that on September 15th, 2020. And it's going to be every Tuesday evening at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So according to where you are in the world. Now we've had people join us from all aspects of the world, and it's been really fun, not only locally or in our country, but all over the world. And that has been a very inclusive experience for all of us. Now our experience will be approximately about 40 minutes of instruction and information. Now, information is only one aspect of the growth experience. To have the information is awesome, but to apply it to yourself and to grow, it takes application. And so we also include some assignments. Now, these assignments don't take a lot of time, but it will include some meditation, it will include some journaling, and some personal development to have some inner insight and to go within. That's how we get the most growth. Then there will also be a Q&A, and so that we are all on the same page, if there's to embark on a little bit more clarity. And of course, the one that we get the most feedback for is when Scott gives the blessings. Now, the great divine director blessed Scott with some incredible gifts of giving blessings, and I know that that's something that everybody appreciates. Now, if you can't join us for the 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time experience, that's okay, because not only do we have this on a Zoom experience, but we record it, and it's on a private folder that you can access at any time. So even if you are a couple of days late or running a week late, that's okay, because you have instant access whenever you're ready. And so that's been very helpful, huh?
Yes, and Vicki put a lot of thought into the assignments and the questions you ask yourself. She has been guided and she's very educated. She's a master teacher. And so it's really good information. If you do the assignments, they actually help you to move forward. Now, our fall mentoring is going to have the second 12 of the ABCs of Personal Transformation.
Now, September 15th is going to be mindfulness and meditation. We want to start at a really great foundation, set the tone of how we're going to all move forward. Now, we do the assignments too, and we've put a lot of attention on making sure that the information that's presented is going to be supportive for the whole. During the mindfulness and meditation experience, we are going to go deep into what that means. Mindfulness in its simple state and awareness in its simplest state is just, it's awareness. It's aligning and being in a state of peace and present time. In present time is how we create the best future forward, and it's where we are aligned to our holy self.
Now the next week, we're feeding our mind, but we've also got to feed our body good things, and nutrition is very important. And I know all of you know a lot about nutrition, but during these hard times, we've actually been given an additional knowledge to feed our bodies the things that are going to keep the bad things out. And so that will be our next lecture.
Yep, and September 29th, we have Overcoming Obstacles. Now, in our today's world, obstacles isn't necessarily a physical representation of a block in front of us. Usually those obstacles are mental and emotional blockages. So we're going to dive deep on overcoming obstacles so that we can not only let go of some of our history that is holding us back in our own perceptions and beliefs, but it's also going to open the way for more clarity into our future, creating where we want to go.
Now, we have learned some amazing things about the pineal gland and the possibilities when you access that gland, and it literally connects you to your higher self and to God. And it's quite fascinating how this pineal gland can be helped to work better through meditation, through breathing, and through accessing the energies and turning on our torus of energy and the electromagnetic energy of connecting our brain to our hearts. And so that's the next lecture with that.
Yep, so October 13th is relationships. Now we know that there's over 7 billion people on this planet, and none of us were meant to do it alone. So we're going to dive deep in the power of relationships, the ability to utilize the gifts of relationships, and even understand why we have the challenges that we do in relationships. This isn't only intimate relationships, but family and friends and our community relationships, how they affect us and how they can actually support us in moving forward.
And on October 20th, we'll be talking about service and synchronicities. Now, when you move into the highest state of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you actually become of service to others, creating and making things better on the planet. And we will teach you how to get into that and synchronize yourself with the highest good for everyone. And so that'll be October 20th.
Then October 27th, we're going to go into time management. Now, I think each one of us at some point in our lives have felt like there wasn't enough time in the day. Well, there's the same 24 hours in a day for each of us, but how are we utilizing that time? And how can we use it to move forward? And how are we using it that is getting us very scattered and overwhelmed? So we're going to go into time management, how to access our abilities on all levels, on all dimensions, and how time affects our lives.
And then we'll move into discussing the unified field and the universal laws that govern it. And we're going to teach you how to access the energies of that unified field and get information. The Akashic records are stored in all of our DNA, and we'll teach how to access that through the unified field and universal law. And when you're obeying universal law, you progress and evolve in your humanness.
Then we have November 10th. It's Victim to Victory. Now, I would say that each one of us are going to be at some point in our life on our own hero's journey. At the beginning of every hero's journey is a sense of vulnerability where we can lean towards victimhood. Some of us may feel victimized by our environment, by our relationships, by our parents, by our experiences. All of those things can contribute to limiting us and our possibilities. However, each one of those challenges are here to give us a greater sense of possibilities and to awaken an aspect of ourselves that may have been shadowed before. So we're going to move from victim into victory and have a greater sense of purpose on this planet.
And November 17th, we'll be talking about wealth and wisdom. Now, obtaining wealth is a good thing, and abundance and prosperity for all of us is about flow and having the wisdom to do it correctly so that we don't become selfish, we don't become greedy, we actually become more enlightened, and with that comes more prosperity and abundance.
And then November 24th, we have Your Divine Self. Now, our divine self is who we came as, and it's the source of who we truly are, without the ego, without our identities, without the physical body. It's our ultimate core of who we are. And sometimes that gets lost in the shuffle when we try to find ourselves in the outside world. We're going to show you how to go within and have a greater access about who you are, what your life purpose is, how you are here to contribute, and you can go into some really deep assignments that can be very personalized for you so that you can understand your role on this planet, why you're here, and how you can contribute to the world.
December 1st, we're going to be talking about the Zen state. And let me tell you, once you get in that Zen state, your life becomes more peaceful, more happy, more full of joy. And we'll be talking about that because, you know, if you look about what we've been through this last 3 months, it's been chaos, it's been fear, and then additional things have happened that are just ridiculous and shouldn't be happening on planet Earth as we become a paradise here, because that's where we're headed. So,
yep, so with our 12 weeks of personal group mentoring, we have felt that it was a great time frame to get into a rhythm, to create new patterns, to have a deeper understanding, to build a community. Now, Scott and I have taken multiple trainings ourselves, of 12 weeks ourselves. We've done multiple different programs, and we felt that was a very supportive thing. And we've done personal mentoring, and we've traveled with some of the mentors that we appreciate to do some really deep one-on-one work for our own spiritual and personal development. Now, we know that you could go anywhere with, there's information, there's countless people that have information. So why would you want to go with us? Well, first of all, we know that what we have to offer is of value. It's been in our own seeking, in our own prayer, and in our deep meditation where we recognize our contribution to the planet is one of love and of service. That's how we know that we have to show up. Now, each of us have had some incredible challenges with our health. We've really dived deep in our spiritual development, and both of us have been authors. We've authored our own books. We've traveled quite a bit lecturing and teaching, and we're continuing to fine-tune who we are, and our goal and our hearts just want to serve. Now, my personal book is The Secret to Healing and Recovery. This dives into my experience of my near-death experience, and also about the unraveling of what was no longer fitting in my life, and the unraveling of the emotional state and the constant state of stress that my body was in, and awakening my life purpose.
now, my first book, I went to Hawaii to write it, and 12 big kahunas appeared in front of me and told me, no, you're not writing your personal history, you're writing this book. And it ended up being Take Back Your Health. And with that, they gave me experiences, taught me about Ho'oponopono and breathing techniques and all kinds of methods to help your health. And you hold it in your hand and you open it up and it takes you to what you should do that day. Then Saint Germain appeared to me in answer to prayers of what do we do about all the toxins and chemicals and radiation in the world that's causing us to get health problems and cancer and all the problems we're getting. And he presented that the DNA needs to be upgraded in our bodies back to what the original humans had, and we have the powers to create it. And then the next book was, he sent me down to South America, and I lived with Father Gabriel Mejia, who actually was being groomed to be the Pope back in the 80s, but he moved back to Colombia because our CIA went down there and started the cocaine trade and caused many children to be orphaned in the cocaine wars, and he went back to help them. And this is that story, and it's got a lot more good information in it.
So when we have taken our own personal developments, most of the ones we did were approximately $2,500 for a 12-week program. Today, we've seen that similar to what we're offering, at a discounted rate, that it's very common to do approximately $397, that you could get at any kind of training about personal development.
But we're going to offer this at $200 for the entire program, including bonuses that are worth more than $200. So you not only get the 12 weeks of the group mentoring, but you get a intuitive reading from myself, and usually I charge $200 to do that. Just that one reading for an hour. And so you get that for free as a bonus, and then we keep the videos and you can get access to them forever as long as YouTube's up.
Yep, so we do have a private link that you will be able to access these trainings. And the intuitive reading with Scott is usable anytime in 2020. So as soon as you sign up, you have access to that personal reading that's a $200 value as a free bonus for signing up on this program. However, we want to tell you that you want to sign up now, because at June 30th is the last day that we're offering this for the $200 price range. After that, it goes up to $297. We want to encourage you to capitalize on this incredible value. It's literally a buy one, get one free. And if you want some insight from a beautiful spiritual message and your own personal blessing and some understanding about your health and well-being with the support of the Ascended Masters, now this is a great opportunity. And it's marrying the levels of personal transformation. The world is in transformation, there is no doubt. And to create a new normal, we could be subject to our environment and let the world around us create that, or we can take the reins and decide who we want to be and how we want to do it, and have the support of community to do this. Now, we also will include a private Facebook page. It's not a requirement to be on this Facebook page, but you will do some reporting, and you can report either through email to us or you can report on the Facebook page. Build up that community. Now, why do we want you to report? It's because accountability matters. And when you take accountability and agree to move forward, and with the support that you can have in this group, the possibilities really are incredible.
Yeah, and in order to sign up, you can call 435-986-0025 or just send a check-in to Health and Longevity Inc. at 157 East Riverside Drive, Unit 3F, St. George, Utah, 84790, or just go to scottwerner.org and hit the PayPal link prior to June 30th, because after June 30th, July 1st, it's going to go up to $297. So the bonus, you get a free mentoring or medical intuitive reading with Scott Werner, and you need to complete this by December 30th, because I'm not going to be there on New Year's Eve.
Awesome. So thank you so much. We really look forward to having you join us. It's going to be phenomenal. We're already getting some fantastic information. We're excited about this program. It means a lot to us. We're ready to do this, and we really can't wait to have you join us.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you this fall.